Hey guys, how's it going? It's a little windy out, so pardon me if it's hard to hear, but sorry I haven't been making a lot of videos lately. I've been quite busy. There's been a lot of work here on the farm with summer being in and all, a lot of gardening and projects and new buildings being built and things being done. And yeah, I haven't really had a lot of time to make videos, so I apologize for that. But I will be updating you guys on a lot of stuff here soon and showing you all the things that are going on. But for now, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I always love showing you guys my chickens and how they're doing. So, they're being moved tomorrow. As you can see, we still have some big ones left. We've butchered almost all of them. We probably have like 20 left. Well, so we butchered half of them. And then, so they're probably about almost 11 weeks. And then these younger guys, they'll be 8 weeks on May 10th. So, yeah, they're happy chickens. Happy chickens. Oh gosh, I just tripped over a branch. That branch. So yeah, these guys have been moved probably about 4 times their whole life. And well, the bigger guys have been moved 5 times their whole life, but the littler guys have been moved 4 times. And I'm going to show you what they did to the place they were at when they were born. Okay, so I'm coming up to where we had these chickens since we got them at 1 day old. Right there is a pile of some shavings from when they were in the first like week and a half or two, and some cherry wood that I cut, or that my friend Cam cut down. Sorry. But yeah, so look at the difference. Okay, so grass over here, all the pasture grass, which is okay, to bam, just good cow grass. This is stuff the cows would love, man. And the chickens were here June, or no, May 19th. May 19th. May 19th was the day that we got those smaller chickens that'll be ready on July, or May 10th. Sorry, we got the May 10th. So they'll be ready May 10th. Or we got the May 10th, they'll be ready July 10th. Damn, I'm messing this right up. So, but look what they did. Oh my gosh. Forget about all that. Look at this grass. Look how different that is. Like, holy. Like, this is some weak pasture, daisy fields, buttercup all way over there. There's a lot of buttercup. Like, just, oh my gosh. This is amazing. Yeah, so that's the power of chickens. They haven't been here in almost 2 months, and look at what it's done. Holy. I can't wait to see what they're going to do after the rotations that we've had them down in, from all the way down there. That's the chicken tractor. And that's where they're at right now. That's where they were 2 cycles ago, and then they were in front of it 1 cycle ago, last cycle, and then now this cycle. I'm currently in the process, one of the building projects I've been working on, currently in the process of building a duck coop, or a duck shelter. Yeah. This is just kind of like a subfloor, if you will. I'm gonna put some boards down at the bottom. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm interested to see how it works. This is like my second building project, so I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best, and I'm just going off of gut feeling. And you know, I might not know how to build the code or what's accurate or what's going to be structural or whatever, but I know how to use a measuring tape. I know how to hammer and nail. I know how to use a drill, a screwdriver. So I think I'm gonna be all right. But in the meantime, chickens! Hey, chickens! I just fed you guys. Don't be chasing me. These guys go through a lot of feed. But, you know, there are things we do to cut down on feed costs, like feed the chickens compost, like food scraps. And, you know, I we have a lot of house flies, and so I use a hand vacuum, and I vacuum up the dead house flies or the sleeping house flies, and then I come and dump them off here. Sometimes it accumulates, you know, if I don't empty it for like a week, I can get like a whole little vacuum container full and just spread it out. I'm sure like a quarter of them get to it. I would hope that all of them get to it. But I would like to do a system that I seen that was really cool, where a friend or a guy that I watch on YouTube, he does this thing where he puts like dead animal carcasses, like predators that he catches. He puts their carcasses in like buckets and drills holes in the bottom of the buckets, and basically soldier fly larvae fall out of the bottom of the bucket, and the chickens eat that, and it can help save on feed. And I think that's really cool, because nowadays, like, chickens are, you know, omnivores. I think they're carnivores, honestly, but I mean, they'll eat anything. So, but they do like their protein, and all these grains and store-bought things you buy are all vegetable-based, soy proteins. They got some other stuff in them, but unless you're buying organic, you know, who knows? Who knows? Even then, who knows? I get some grain from a farmer nearby, and I know he grows it, so I know basically what's in it and how he does it. So it works good for me, but at the same time, I don't know, I feel like my chickens are happier when they're eating the food scraps, and they're getting those beef bones and not chicken bones, no chicken. Beef bones. I won't feed my chickens chicken. That's the only thing I won't feed them. Although I'm sure you could. I mean, I've seen the chickens peck at each other and stuff, I'm sure. But I won't do it. Yeah, beef bones, pork bones, anything other than bird. You know. And after we take what we need from them by making broth or whatever. But yeah, they are happy. And they love it. They love it. I love throwing... There's kids on the farm, and sometimes those kids are a little bit wasteful, I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, they're kids, right? What are you going to do? They're great, though. But the good thing about having those kids, and me too, I'm a victim of this myself. We're all consumers and trying to, at least I'm trying to be less of one. And sometimes, you know, the corn on the cob, you know, it doesn't get eaten, and it just goes to these chickens. And anytime I throw corn cobs in here with like a little bit of corn on them, or you know, even just the corn cob, they go nuts. And I like that. I think it's funny. I mean, I don't know how I feel about feeding corn to animals, to chickens, but you know, there are ways I want to do it and ways I am doing it, and I'm working to do it how I would like to, 100%. Slowly but surely. This is my first go at raising chickens in a long time, and I have limited resources and limited money, so I'm using what I got and spending what I have to do it in a way that I might not like 100%, but it works. And I'm having more security in my food. I'm gonna be set. I'm not worried about anything. For winter time, if I have to eat chicken a lot, I'll eat chicken a lot. And I know I got beef from the cows. And, you know, pigs are coming soon. Oh, that's gonna be great, guys. I gotta tell you, I'm looking into getting 2 pigs. I think I'm gonna get possibly either Coonies or American guinea hogs, and my last choice would be like a Berkshire or a Duroc. Yeah, I kind of want a smaller pig though, and if I can get Coonies, I'd be happy because they don't root nearly as much as, same with the guinea hogs. Although guinea hogs I've seen do some damage, but Coonies are pretty decent if you know how to graze them. And my goal is to put them in the bush. I'm gonna find a place. I actually have a couple places in mind where I will stick my pigs and basically use them. And this is why I'm kind of leaning towards getting, I don't know, I really want a Cooney, or I really want an American guinea hog. Then I want a Cooney, or, you know, but at the same time, those are smaller pigs, which is kind of what I'm looking after, but they don't root as much, which is what I'm kind of not looking after. Because I'd like to have these pigs do their pigness. So the pig, like Joel Salatin says, and do some stuff they love, root and dig and look around and graze and walk through the forest and be shaded. And I want to do that, but I also want to use them to that advantage and kind of create a laneway to a winter barn that we have here. And so I just, yeah, because if I'm gonna get the pigs in the fall, I gotta think about what I'm gonna do for the winter, because winters here get cold, like -30, or even more than that, like wind and everything. But so and we get snow, lots of snow, so it's just crazy. And I'm happy. I really do. I love these chickens, and I'm already happy to be eating them. But they're doing a great job for me, and I respect them a lot and what they do for me. And that's why I put the money into them, and I care for them as best as I know how. But yeah, I forget where I was going, honestly, because I just got caught up in these chickens. But I was talking about pigs. Oh, yes. I really love chickens, but honestly, cows make me really happy. I honestly, I love cows the most. But right now, I'm not set up or financially equipped to raise my own cattle. But a couple pigs, yeah, I could probably manage a couple pigs, especially doing it the way I'm going to be doing it. I've contacted a couple of my local and maybe semi-local grocery stores and asked them if they have like a weekly food scrap, like compost pickup, where they get all their food scraps delivered or picked up to take away or something. And they do. And I said, well, you guys pay for that? And they do. Most of these places pay to have their compost or food scraps or trash taken away. So I just asked them, hey, I'll take it away for free. Well, first I asked them, I asked them all, how much do you accumulate? And all of them were fairly different, honestly. They're quite different, but because some were more local in small towns and others were bigger small towns. And so yeah, I can potentially be getting a lot of food scraps, and it's all in a green bin. All the plastic's been taken off. They're all in bags, and it's all mixed up. So there's going to be everything in there, but there's no there's no meat in them. They separate the meat from, I don't know why they do it that way, but a lot of these grocery stores, and I think it's because every department is their own department. So they have like a butcher department and a bread department, so each department has their own composting bin. So I can go to these bins basically and take out all the stuff that I want. So if I don't want to be feeding my pigs pork, which I kind of don't want to, and I'm going to do my best to choose not to, so if I get the meat ones, I probably won't be picking up a lot of those meat ones, because I'm sure they'll have pork scraps in them. Now, some of the grocery stores don't. Like the local small town ones, they take off all the wrapping and they throw it away in a bag as raw stuff, vegetables, meat, there's no packaging. But the bigger grocery stores in the bigger small towns, they don't depackage things. They throw it away in its package. So for that purpose, it might be actually more beneficial to me to grab the meat from those places, because then I can actually and nastily go in there, pick out all the pork, feed it to my chickens, and then feed everything else to the pigs. I am excited, honestly. I have done a lot of research on this. I've done my analysis on how much it's going to cost me to raise them if I raise them with feed only. It's expensive. I don't have it on hand in my memory, but I have it written down on paper. And it's expensive to raise a pig on swine feed. But even buying from a local farmer, it's fairly expensive. Like at the feed stores right now, swine feed I think is either $25 or $30 a bag. And from the local farmer, the organic farmer I get my chicken feed from, he sells swine feed for the same price as chicken feed, $11 a bag. And that's actually not too bad. But it's still, like, at $25 to $30 a bag, it's like, it's an expensive pig. But I'm not planning on selling any of these pigs. If I get 2 pigs, basically 1 pig is for me and 1 pig is for the community. Like the people that live on the farm and near the farm, and people I know and have helped me along my short journey since February. I started this journey in February. I came out to the country from the city of Toronto in February because I was tired of being depressed and being in pain and just suffering in Toronto, just through all the COVID and all the hysteria and stupidity going on within that. And I started looking back into, I've always been a fan of permaculture and farming and stuff, and so I started watching a little bit of my favorite channels, like Permapastures Farm and Justin Rhodes, and my all-time favorite, Discover Permaculture with Geoff Lawton. Geoff Lawton, I started watching him again. I really started watching his stuff again, and then I got hooked back into it. I was like, you know what? I really, as a cancer survivor and a chronic pain dealer of my whole life, I definitely have known what it was like to have to get your food security in check, or your diet, or your health in check. And after watching Geoff Lawton and getting back into it and remembering all the stuff that I had done in the past, raising animals and whatnot, I just said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna find a way to move to a farm. And when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I want to move to a dairy farm, or a farm that has dairy cows. Not a production farm, but a small homestead farm. Like building, like a new homestead farm that I can help build to create whatever the ideas of the homestead owner is. And I was so lucky. Permies.com. Paul Wheaton, man, you are one of my just all-time favorites as well. Permaculture guru, awesome guy. I'd love to meet you one day, Paul Wheaton. Permies.com. I found Permies.com through Paul Wheaton and watching his videos, and I went on there, went on the forums, and I started looking for not really, I was going to look for woofing positions, and when I did look through woofing positions, a lot was available. I could have gotten out of there within the day if I wanted to. Like, there were so many woofing positions available all over Ontario. But I really didn't want to woof. I don't know why, I just didn't really want to woof. So I did basically a woofing thing, but not really. I found a lady that had an ad looking for someone to work for a living, like just do work trade. Like, you do work for me, I have shit that I need to do. I gotta build fences and all that. So if you work for me, I will allow you to stay at my property. And so I contacted her, we talked, and then I moved out there soon too. We started talking in like late January, and I moved there February 3rd. And then when I was there, she introduced me to a man named Ed, who has a couple cows. And I absolutely loved those cows when I first saw them. And when I first met him, he was forking manure out of the milking area of the barn and out of the heifer stall. And we were just talking, and I just instantly thought, this is an awesome small homestead farm. Actually fairly large when it comes to a homestead farm. It's like about 300 to 500 acres, somewhere around there. Pretty sure it's on the high side. But the farm itself is probably about like 5 acres or so, and it just goes up the road. It's a long property, but where the cows are down in town, the farm is just beautiful. And the cows are amazing, and they're great. They're great cows. And so I started working for him. I started getting some odd jobs working for him and helping him out, and it ended up turning into something great. Alright guys, I gotta go. Catch you later.